Okay, I have the slurry, and today I'm gonna make paper, and I don't actually know how to do it, but I did look up some things. A friend of mine had mold and decal. I'm gonna be honest, I looked this up a few times, don't quite understand it still, but essentially it's just a frame with a screen. And from what I understand, I am supposed to put it into a vat with my slurry and flip it over, take this off, put it down like that on a non-porous material. This has something to do with it. I think maybe going this way. But I also have a board. It was also talking about maybe doing with non-porous material. So I have like a plastic bin and an old bed sheet. So I think what I'm going to try to do is this first, after I make the slurry and do the vat. It says to use an old blender, so I got this as an estate sale for like $3. And we'll see how it goes. So I've been letting this sit with the rainwater in it. Ooh, it's super gross. Look at that. But we'll see what happens. I do have a little bit more water in here if I do need it. Anyway, we're gonna make some paper and see how this goes. Ooh. This isn't lovely. Let's see what happens. Well, the blender works. A little more water. I don't know why I thought this would be like pretty. It does remind me of a caterpillar that just eats and then turns into goo inside of its cocoon. Look at that. Little slurry mix. A little bit more water. And paper smoothie of all my junk mail. I want you guys to see that. do it. Do a little bit more. Just pour. Good measure. Okay. So we're gonna pour it in here. And keep going. I think I'll do a little bit less this time. Yeah, it's a slow process. Syrup. To reuse the blender after you've used it for making paper because of all of the chemicals, so just a heads up. We'll just be using this for crafts now. I think I need more water, so I still have quite a bit in my bucket. Like I said, I've done this before. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't try new things. I'm gonna grab some water and adjust you a little bit. lot more water. More water seeps out. Say great visuals start with great editing, and I think about that when I make these because I'm not editing any of this. This is real life. I'd probably have cool shots of the blender and visuals, but I'm grateful for not doing a time lapse, and if you were sitting across from me, this is where it would be. I'm grateful to be using all of this stuff to be something actually worthwhile. Maybe someone out there enjoys going through junk mail, reading it and analyzing it. I'm gonna enjoy having poetry on these pages. It was 87 degrees today. It was 10 degrees hotter than average today. Honestly, I think this is quite a bit of pulp. So I'd like to just try it slightly because I'm impatient in general, but also because I do genuinely think that we're pretty close. Bring it a little bit closer. From what I understand, you're supposed to have the mold and decal submerged. But, like I said, I've never done this before, so we'll see. How would it work? I go under and then press. This could be wrong. But one time I talked to a guy in Port Royal, South Carolina, and he said he was some grandnephew of the guy who invented cardboard. And he just said it so funny. He was like, and wouldn't you know, my great uncle bought a sawmill and stepped on the sawdust and it had rained, and he realized that it made a new material, something harder than paper. So anyway, he invented cardboard, and then his great nephew is just super wealthy living somewhere in South Carolina. So I feel like compressing paper pulp hopefully comes out like the guy who invented cardboard. We'll see. Oof. Does this go on top? No. Maybe? No. No, I think we're going to put that later. That doesn't quite make sense though. Here. I'll get you down. I have no idea. Seems too thick. It's definitely too thick. Guys, I'm okay with this. Okay. I don't think this is gonna make paper. I'm gonna put more water in here. Let me go get more water. I'll be back. Online, they really made it seem like it was just some pretty process. And I suppose because they did all of these experiments first, but I do think that it's just too thick right now. And if this doesn't work, I'll do some more research and try again, but overall, I think the pulp has to be suspended in the water. And then you shake it around. And maybe we'll try it with the screen too, but this is why real-time processes are important. So that when we look online, we don't feel like we just failed because we're not perfect at everything. Okay, so this is definitely very different. I mean, I put too much water in, but I'm okay with that. So I can always add more pulp. I have a little bit left in my bucket. So, take the pulp off of there. In there. Ooh, that actually looks a lot like what it's supposed to look like. So we're gonna put this down, shake it around, shoot it around, and then up. I feel like I'm mining for gold. Never done that, but I imagine this is like shake it out. They said they shake it up and down left and right, so the fibers go both ways. I think I'm shaking a little too hard. There's some pulp that is coming at the bottom. So now I think I'm gonna put this in there. Like I said, I don't know if this is right, but press it. Oh, what am I gonna do? Take this off. Never been good at following instructions. But somebody at some point figured this out. I do have things that are fingertip now, and sometimes it's okay to learn in real time. I'll try anyway, right? Still lots of water in this. I do have sponge, but I'm gonna save the sponge and just press it for now like this. Like I said, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's okay. Or just learning.
Normal people. I wonder what the Egyptians were thinking. Writing on papyrus.
Is it papyrus or papyrus?
How cool it must have been to create. To see what happens.
Okay. So it said to not put it on a porous material, but I think I need to dry a little bit. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this board.
I'm going to
Take this off. This off. Kind of looks like paper maybe. And I'm gonna do what they said. Not really. Wood is porous, but there was an option to do that. So said whoop. Sponge. Get the excess water out. Giant sponge. I'm so impatient. I want this to be dried. Writable right now. But it's because everything has been made to be so quick. Inconvenient. Imagine if we had to do this every time we wrote something online. Make our own paper. Honestly, that doesn't look bad to me. I'm afraid to touch it. But y'all, we might have just made paper.
It's definitely still super dry, super wet, but
Every little piece of paper. This is gonna take a while.
that there's easier ways. Buying paper is easier.
But this is pretty cool. And I think I can get two more sheets on this piece board, and then I'll get another board. And we're just gonna see how this goes until it gets dark. Then I'll do it again in the morning. So we're gonna have another paper making video. Okay. Go over there. This might get easier, but it might not. Again, let's get the paper pulp suspended. I'm sure there's lots of chemicals in this I probably shouldn't be putting my hands in, but that's okay. Actually, it was really
put this on with it first. That paper's exactly that big.
This is really fun. I'm gonna do 2 more sheets and then cover this and we'll start again tomorrow.
But just imagine if
This is making me even think about the words that I say. The air is just space and I can say whatever I want. Writing it down, typing it out.
together. So, as I was saying,
Take this off. That's actually pretty thick.
I think I could probably water it down a little bit more, but I think when it's compressed, as the grand-nephew of the cardboard inventor said, takes a lot of sawdust to make cardboard. Mind you, I don't think he was lying,
But I definitely didn't go back and research that afterwards. Because what an interesting thing to lie about. If your great uncle didn't make cardboard.
but I also met the inventor of styrofoam cups on his yacht.
I definitely prefer cardboard.
Oops. Oops. Well, that'll be kind of a weird one. But that's okay.
do want to show you. I like rubbed it and the paper pulp went different ways. As expected, as should be expected. That doesn't mean I'm not going to use it. Because this took me so long. And again, that mindset is, we would normally throw something away if it was just inconvenient or imperfect. And this is definitely imperfect, but I'm not throwing it away because I just spent 30 minutes making it. So they said go down. But pretty good. I think we can fit one more. We can fit one more on this board. This process is a little bit messy, but stir this up and go again. You can see how small the paper segment is. Can you believe this used to be trees? In, down, up, up. I just had a moment of thinking that I hope I'm not objectified in this video, which sucks to have to think about. But that's a big part of online discourse, is shaming women for their bodies that they show, specifically in America. But here we are. Don't worry about what y'all think. Alright. This up. Oops. Put this down. Not all of y'all, but just some of the weirdos that might be watching this. I think big sponge for the win. Tomorrow, when I make paper, I'll talk about how nice it is to hear the birds. Maybe indulge you in some discussion about Silent Spring. Or maybe I'll just leave that comment here for y'all to discuss. Did you read the book? Did you like it? What do you think about it? Big fans of DBT? Do you have birds in your neighborhood, or do you live in a suburb where they cut down all the trees? Do you replace the water in your hummingbird feeder every day? Do you think birdseed should be free? Do you remember when I used to go to the park and feed the ducks bread? And now the bread is so full of preservatives that it's not good for the ducks. Probably not good for us either. So maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. I need the board. Paperboard. Actually, I'll flip this over. Oh, I did want to show you. I don't know if you can see. Actually, you can't, because then my paper might fall away. But I'll show you when I'm done using this board. The beautiful picture my sister painted on it. She's a really great artist. She broke her arm one year when she didn't have health insurance and started painting with her hand. She used the material that she had around her, which was this piece of plywood. So I've kept it. It's been like 10, 15 years. Anyway. See, we're just gonna go down. Down. Oops. Down. Oh, I messed up. It's okay. Down. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about paperback books and art history. Or maybe we'll talk about nothing at all and just listen to the birds. Okay. Paper. Yep, and you guys are going to have to be with me for all of the sheets I have to make for this book. And it's going to be interesting because usually the pages are thicker than the book, the cover, but we are judging a book by its cover this time. And so the cover's going to be like this thick and the paper's going to be like this thick. Not your average book. Anyway, we'll see about these drying, and I have no idea if they will dry because I don't know if I did this right. But we have plenty of paper pulp to do it again tomorrow. So, in the meantime, you dry. Cover this up so it's extra smelly for me tomorrow. Wait for this paper tomorrow. It makes me really excited. This stuff will dry out. You guys remember the cardboard I'm sitting on? It's actually covering the grass I'm trying to kill so that I can have a garden. Alright, this is gonna dry for tomorrow. This will be ready for, maybe actually I'll No, I'm gonna let the paper dry on your seat. This is gonna sit. And we'll have this for tomorrow as well, if we need more. And we'll carry on our paper making. I'm sure it'll go by faster tomorrow since I won't have to do so much pulp. But maybe we'll get even 5 sheets. And I'll continue to think about the words I'm going to put on this paper. It's going to be important. Or not. Yeah. Alright. Bye.